The beautiful skyline of here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2. And for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter's out there with Murray. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Gordon in at the small forward. Now here's Jackson. Pass to George. Takes the 3. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Outside Leonard. Batum scanning the floor. The 3 from George. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Jokic is running. Murray finds Jokic. That one falls.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
George dishes to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. George against Porter. He muscles it in through the contact. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Now here's Jackson. Back to George. Kicks to Jackson. And Leonard has it in the corner. 4 on the clock. Here's Batum. Tips it. And George able to finish. George has got 8 points. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Murray outside. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch. And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
And that one's good by Porter.
And such a sharp shooter from outside the arc. Porter just superb at knowing when to fire from deep.
And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
Murray finds Gordon. Now, here's Jokic. Over Morris. And it's Jokic missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Big group substitution here for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. Jermichael Green comes in for Jokic. Rivers, he's checked in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Leonard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
1:02 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Gordon. Fires from deep. And again, Denver no good. Los Angeles is gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Mann passes to Leonard. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Up top, Morris. He's covered by Rondo. Morris, no good.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Leonard, the bounce pass. Here's Zubac. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Morris kicks to Gordon. The shot's good.
And the coaching staff wants Gordon to keep taking those. It's only going to help him get better.
Rondo dishes to Leonard. Back to Rondo. Wide open look here for Zubac. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Morris is out there with Will Barton. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Bull. And it's Dozier in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Now here's Barton. Knocked loose. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Tries yet again. The offensive rebound. And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
The big thing is that Millsap is attacking, trying to make plays for this team.
Left side, Leonard. Tries it from 19, and the jumper is good. Leonard's got 6. The Nuggets trail by 3. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Morris passes to Barton. Dishes it to Bull. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Leonard. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo.
You need guys who can stretch the floor or the offense doesn't flow. Paul George is one of the best at it.
Jackson against Morris. Outside Millsap. Pass to Bull. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Batum. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Bull. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it. They pass it. They can shoot it from the free throw line. They give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Down low, Batum with the steal. The pass to Jackson. For 3, sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Passes to Millsap. Pass to Dozier. From deep. Batum grabs the miss. Los Angeles leading by 7. And here's George for 3. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Batum with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul. 1:53 left in the first half of basketball.
And Millsap with the focus there defensively, just stretching out to bother the shot.
And there's George. That's good on the assist from Jackson. George has got 14 points for the game.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Morris looking over the floor. To the inside. Bull drops in the layup for 2. Bull's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Jackson against Morris. Outside, Batum. He kicks it to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. He feeds it to Batum. Outside, Jackson. George from deep three-point land. George missing again.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Dozier can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 8. Jackson dishes to George. From deep three-point range. That doesn't go either for George. And it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. Here's Bull. Off target at the rim. And Los Angeles guys shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Here's Dozier. To the paint, shoots. And another miss by Denver.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense, he might have gotten over-eager.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and an outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 14 points and 2. And that'll do it for...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Paul George really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the 1. George passes to Kennard. Back to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Morris, no good. The Nuggets trail by 8. And Murray, here we go. Over Jackson. And it's McGee with the jam.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Nobody near George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 17.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Jackson finds Morris. The deep three from George. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Now George, 17 points in the game. Pass to Kennard. Three-pointer, sinks the triple. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
The pass to Jokic. Over Morris, tipped away. It's stolen by Morris. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. George, that's a two-pointer. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Nuggets trail by 8. Here's Jokic. The quick look, no good that time. LA's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Kennard's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body, and I think we will see that in time.
So, for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Leonard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Beverly with the ball. 58 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Mann. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Denver grabs the miss.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Clippers leading by 6. For the three. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Mann's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Martin surveying the floor. Pass to Millsap. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Cousins.
Well, all right, Paul Millsap looking bouncy tonight.
Now here's Beverly. Lets it go from deep. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. And here is Morris. He gets it up. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. Back to the action after this word. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Clippers leading by 7. Green is out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Rondo kicks to Leonard. There's the triple. Jokic grabs the miss. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Rondo dishes to Batum. Bucket 6. Pass to Zubac. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Throws it up high. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now the pass to Jokic. Denver passing it around. Shoots over Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Here's Mann. Baseline try. A shot by Batum. No good. The Nuggets trail by 7. Pass to Jokic. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Mann can't hit. Batum with the steal. The feed to Rondo. Kicks to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Los Angeles with another miss. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Jokic. And he can't bank that one in. Los Angeles leading by 7. Outside Leonard. Lets it go from deep. Cranes the three-pointer.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Denver calls timeout.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush. There's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
So both teams making some changes here. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. You've got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before their defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Dozier. No good on the 3. Clippers leading by 10. Pass to George. Jacks up a 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Trying to end the drought, and dead on that time. Beautiful shot. Murray's got it back down to within single digits for the Nuggets. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Cousins kicks to George. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Here's George, trying to get open as Ibaka.
An active player who just takes pride in his defense. Porter is solid at contesting shots with that reach.
Los Angeles leading by 8. And here's George for 3. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And stolen by Cousins. From deep, George. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. The Nuggets making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Murray. Jokic trying to free himself up. Jokic on the follow.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
40 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Murray with the ball. Off target with his 3. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for the Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. Jackson has the open look. The shot's good on the assist by George. And the Clippers lead by 9.
You know, a little inconsistent from deep when he first entered the league. Jackson now an emerging three-point threat.
Murray kicks to Porter. Over George. And that one's good by Porter.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
So the Clippers with the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. Here are the Nuggets unloading from the team bus earlier on, anxious to get down to business with this road battle looming. The Margaret.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter's out there with Jamal Murray. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Gordon in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, we've got Hardaway. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Porzingis in at the 5. Now, here's Doncic. He feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Out to Doncic. Shot clock at 5. And here's Jokic.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Richardson. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now Murray. Pass to McGee. Back to Murray. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
Love the determination by Murray on defense. Really doing his best to pester these shooters.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Murray surveying the D. Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, we know that Tim Hardaway Jr. can space the floor. You don't want to allow him to start cooking.
Murray outside. Here's the three. Porzingis with the rebound. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Richardson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Here's Porzingis. Doncic outside. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic and a pretty pass right there.
Murray outside. Nifty move. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Cauley Stein finds Doncic. Richardson gets a wide open look. The Mavericks rebound. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Nuggets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And it's Gordon missing. The Mavericks leading. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Porter pulls it in. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. From 10 feet out. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And
this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Here's Morris. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
You know, you have to recognize the chance to push it, and they did. Great pass to get the ball behind the defense and an easy 2 points on the board.
Now here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. The Mavericks shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Morris against Brunson. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Outside, Redick. A 3-ball. No good that time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Denver on top. They lead by 1. And we'll get going after this from the American. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Trey Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Marjanovic. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Burke with it. Morris is there. Burke can't get it to go. Denver in the lead. Here's Rivers. Up again. And it's Millsap with the extra effort. Millsap's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Nuggets.
And the play succeeds because Millsap comes to the court hungry. He chases down boards and second chance opportunities.
No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Rivers passes to Millsap. Back to Rivers. Fires the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Now here's Burke. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Green left side. Shoots over Powell. The rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks trailed by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's guarded by Rivers. Doesn't go that time. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. And that one's good. Millsap. Millsap's got 4 points this quarter. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example. And there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different. that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. Denver also making some changes. Dozier's checked in, and Barton subbed in for Rivers. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of this.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis, he's checked in for Powell. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Marjanovic. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
On the wing, Hardaway. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Nuggets leading by 5. Porter with it. And it's Richardson picking him up. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. 6 to shoot. Here's Jokic. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Jokic has got the lead up to 7 now for Denver. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Outside, Porzingis. That 3 off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. Jokic against Cauley-Stein. And it's Jokic missing. Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, let's see the vertical of Mr. Hardaway. Go ahead, sir. Pretty dunk.
Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Murray outside. No good with the triple. Richardson left side. Inside, Porzingis kicks to Richardson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Nuggets leading by 5. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the shot is good. McGee's got 6.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
On deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. McGee's got 5 rebounds tonight, and the Nuggets pushing it up now. Deep 2 from Murray. And oh boy, and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing that that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Great. And so it's the Denver Nuggets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The team is told they got themselves into it. Thanks for joining.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been quite a game for JaVale McGee.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Dallas calls timeout.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Michael Porter. JaVale McGee is out there with Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Murray in a point guard. Here's McGee. It's rebounded by Dallas. On the wing, Hardaway. To the paint. Jokic with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And it's McGee with the jam.
Well, not only can Jokic get some steals, but he's such a great passer. He gets the break going with the quick outlet. And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
That one drops for him. Cauley-Stein's got 6.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Pass to Jokic. There's the 3. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Hardaway with a wide open look. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 8.
Well, you can see Tim Hardaway is in his element right now. This guy, a solid transition player. He knows where to get to.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Here's Dozier. That one's not going to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Pop pass to Porzingis.
Just flying up and down the court. 9 straight in transition.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Richardson in for Burke. The Mavericks trailing. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Morris. Murray, good.
Have to respect the range of Murray. He just nails shots from this distance.
Doncic outside. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Wide open look here for Murray, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Denver's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. That's good, and it's Millsap with the assists. Murray's got 5 points so far.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
And it's out of bounds. It was touched by Doncic. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Murray with it. He's got 5. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
The shot by Redick, no good. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. Here's Bull. Now the dish to Murray. Over Brunson. And that one comes up a bit short. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
The shot by Powell, no good. Denver in the lead, out in his own on the break.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
1 second separating the shot clock and game time. Here's Brunson. And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Redick with the 3, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Denver calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Going to do it for the third quarter. Nuggets lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the and a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. They've got Porzingis. Burke is out there with Richardson. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. The kick out to Porter. 3-pointer out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Mavericks trail by 4. Burke looking over the floor. Outside, Porzingis. Shoots over McGee. That one off the back iron and out. The Nuggets shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. They get a hand on it. Here's the break. Here's Cole.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below!
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Trey Burke.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Well, that's the incredible leaping ability from Dwight Powell. Just jams it home.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Mavericks making a switch here. Kleba's checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
To take the lead. Rebound by the Nuggets. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not
in the game.
Monte Morris is checked in for the Nuggets. Here's McGee. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Finney Smith passes to Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Powell's got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
Here's Jokic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkis, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Cauley Stein comes in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Maxi Kleber. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The 3 for Doncic. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Porter, the bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
And it's clear Porter is a gutsy guy, someone who enjoys taking and making huge shots for his team.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And a switcher also for Denver. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Morris. Redick dishes to Hardaway. Doncic outside. Offline with his 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Porter against Redick, and Cauley Stein over to help. Porter passes to Jokic, and stolen by Cauley Stein. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And stolen by Murray. Jokic inside, guarded by Doncic. Murray against Doncic. Murray the pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
The 3 for Doncic. Good. And now they trail by just 4.
Luka Doncic loves the big moment, and he delivers.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. There's 57 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Doncic against Murray. Now, here's Jokic. He's tightly guarded. He dishes it to Murray. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jokic. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Murray, no good. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And here's Jokic.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. There's 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Now Murray. So we see Denver get the win here. This was all. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for... And as the
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Kleber in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Ibaka in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Leonard. Pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. Left side, Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Lets it go from 11, and the shot is long. And here are the Clippers. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Leonard kicks to Morris. Puts up a 3. A second chance effort, and it's laid in by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his second basket.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Now here's Kleber. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. From deep. The long distance 3 is buried.
Man, to think that he was going to be capable of those kind of shots when he first came into the league, even from way downtown. Love the confidence from Kawhi.
Now, here's Doncic. Nice move. He stepped back and cast it up.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Ibaka against Porzingis. Ibaka, the pass to Jackson. The dish to Leonard. Hardaway with the steal. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis out there and hustling in transition to get the nice finish.
George looking over the floor. Pass to Morris. They get it back. Here's Ibaka. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
And the defender overcommits a little bit. Ibaka too quick for him on that move. Earns a trip to the line.
Mavericks making a switch here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Cauley-Stein. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Maxi Kleber.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Shoots over Powell. Zubac, that's good. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Doncic against Rondo. Brunson kicks to Doncic. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Ibaka. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Clippers. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. And the pass to Mann. Powell against Ibaka. Shoots over Powell. Ibaka, no luck. The Mavericks trailing. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. It's stolen. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic comes in for Luka Doncic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
29 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Passes it to Kennard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Rebound by the Clippers. And here's the fast break. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance there. Ibaka goes up strong and finishes with a little attitude.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Burke. Dwight Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Richardson in at the shooting guard. Now here's Powell. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Great open look there. Batum's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Clippers. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Burke kicks to Richardson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break. And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Mavericks trail by 4. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. To the inside, Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Dallas also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Burke. And he gets the bucket. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Now Jackson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the dunk by Jackson.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Jackson against Redick. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Redick. Pass to Marjanovic. Stolen by Zubac. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Jackson. Now here's Leonard. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter.
I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Clippers leading by 11, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in, and Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Outside Hardaway. The Mavericks keeping it alive. The new 14. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Cauley Stein. Beverly against Hardaway.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
There's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
Now, here's Doncic. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game play. The tray. The rebound by Ibaka. Clippers leading by 13. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Hardaway with a wide open look. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They ended the period holding on.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Jackson. And it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Well, with his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Here's Doncic. The Clippers getting the bucket.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound.
George finds Leonard. Ibaka looking for an opening. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
That's a bad miscue, but I think they've done a really good job keeping control of the ball throughout the game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Jackson passes to Mann. Shoots the 3. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Stolen by Jackson. For the finish. And Morris throws it down.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
Jackson against Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Man passes to Leonard. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Clock at 6. Here's Morris. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Porzingis.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And then for Dallas, Josh Richardson's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Man. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Morris kicks to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Zubac against Porzingis. The pass to Morris. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Fast break Dallas. Richardson's running. Yep, it counts.
Not slowing Richardson down right now. Even when you rough him up, he's still finding ways to use his quickness and score the basketball.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Kicks it to Morris. Just 4 to shoot. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got 7 now in this quarter.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
Brunson, good.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
Now here's Jackson. To the middle. And the dunk by Zubac.
Now this is what his coaches like to see. Jackson making an effort to distribute the ball in that situation.
Brunson against Jackson. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. And the shot goes down.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Pass to Man. 50 seconds left to play in the third. Morris finds Jackson. Back to Morris. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Brunson. Mavericks trail by 20. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Cauley Stein. Brunson with it. And here's Porzingis. Zubac defending. The pass to Brunson. Now Hardaway. Good on the triple. Hardaway has got 6.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. Here's Morris. Can't connect.
Taking some more pride on the defensive end. Cauley Stein being disruptive on that possession.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Jalen Brunson out there with Burke, and it's Doncic in at the 3. Burke kicks to Doncic, passes it to Kleber. Now here's Doncic, and it's off from three-point range. Kennard with the ball. Outside, George. Ibaka finds Kennard. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Burke. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Clippers leading by 19. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Now, here's Kennard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Porzingis inside. He's covered by Leonard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
George against Doncic. Ibaka, the pass to Kennard. No good on the triple. Mavericks trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
LA's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. George double-teamed by post Ibaka. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Doncic leading the charge. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Now here's Leonard. Rondo finds Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. The three from George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Doncic passes to Burke. It's stolen by Ibaka. Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. George, no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Porzingis. Makes it off the glass. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
And that's one way to end up in the highlights.
Yeah, well, the bloopers, right?
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Serge Ibaka.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
And here's George for 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Mavericks, Cauley Stein comes in for Doncic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Trey Burke. And here's George for 3. George missing again. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Kleba. Offensive rebound. Porzingis on the follow.
Tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
Now here's Beverly. Ibaka outside. He dishes it to George. Cauley Stein grabs the board. So it's the Mavericks now. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Here's George. Kleba with the rebound. Brunson with a clean look. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. So the Clippers with the win. Even early up. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Live and down at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Nikola Jokic, Gordon out there with Porter. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Murray in at the point. And for the Clippers, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And here's Jackson. Pass to Batum with the shot. Barton with the rebound.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
George against Gordon. And a missed layup. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Morris outside. George finds Morris. And that's good. Reggie Jackson for 3.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Murray with the bounce pass. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring. A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia, Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
Batum with the 3. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Yeah, solid work on the offensive glass by Paul George, squeezing the orange and giving them another chance at points.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Batum. That falls. Nice speed that time from Jordan.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Barton surveying the floor. Leonard with the steal. The pass to Morris. Outside for Batum. Pocket 4 from past the arc. Denver grabs the miss.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Passes to Porter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Paul George. And Denver with a change here, too. Will Barton, he's checked in for Morris. Yep, that one goes in there. Jokic has got 6 points.
Tough shot that time by Jokic, finishing through contact. Great display of power and strength.
Rondo with the ball. Pass to Kennard. Morris against Gordon. That's a 2 from Kennard. Kept alive. Here's Zubac. Pass to Mann. Los Angeles with another miss. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Nuggets with some changes. Morris outside. He feeds it to Bull. Morris kicks to Rivers. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Kennard with the rebound. The Clippers in the lead. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Morris. 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Tie game in Los Angeles. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Mann in at the small forward. They get the rebound. Millsap lays it up off the glass. Millsap's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nuggets.
And, you know, rebounding is about knowing where the ball is going as well as pursuing. And I like seeing him hit the offensive glass and go right back up with it.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Down low. Here's McGee. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Patterson. And contact on the shot. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call,
You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Beverly will pass to Cousins. Got a piece of it.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
No good that time, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Cousins dishes to Leonard. Here's Zubats. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
The Nuggets trail. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Morris finds Rivers. Beverly against Morris. Inside, here's Bull. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Kennard on the wing. At the elbow, it's Cousins. Over Morris. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Nuggets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And it's Beverly missing.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Here's Rivers. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Well, doing a little bit of everything. Millsap terrific at moving the ball, sensing when a teammate has a good look. It doesn't stick with him.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Rivers scanning the floor. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Kicks it to Beverly. In the corner, Kennard with it. Beverly up top, covered by Morris. And the pass to Zubats, stolen by Rivers. Here's Morris. That's good, and it's Millsap with the assists. Millsap's got 3 assists now in this one. Kennard against Rivers. Outside Leonard. It's blocked. It's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 26 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The Nuggets leading by 3. And it's Gordon missing. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Murray outside. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Nuggets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Denver on top, up 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4 points was... And that's...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. We've got Gordon. Murray out there with Will Barton. Then it's Porter. And it's Jokic in at center. Barton with it. Leonard's there. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Denver with the ball. 5 to shoot. Here's Jokic.
Well, that long reach of Paul George's really bothers shooters. He is one of the best two-way players we have in the association.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Now here's Murray. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Gordon trying to break loose. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector. Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and time.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Murray surveying the D. Jokic finds Murray. Ibaka comes with the double team. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. No good again that time.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles. Denver calls timeout. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Two minutes into the second half of play now. Murray against Leonard. Murray kicks to Jokic. Nice move over Ibaka, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Takes it out to Leonard. 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's Zubac, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Boy, I think they've lost their intensity. I mean, the defensive pressure is lacking this half.
Murray outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Jackson. No good that time. Now Denver takes it the other way. Porter kicks to Barton. The kick out to Porter. Denver passing it around. Passes it to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Jokic has got 4 points this quarter.
You know, I really like seeing this from Murray. Looking to get his open teammates involved. Being a willing passer is impressive to his teammates.
Jackson dishes to Ibaka. The shot by George, wide open. And the three off target. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's foul number 2 for him. So both teams changing it up here. The Nuggets trail by 5. Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
Now Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. He dishes it to Batum. Here's Mann. Porter pulls it in. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. They trail by 3. Pass to Jokic. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
When you let Jokic get comfortable, it's a wrap. It's all over. He's a skilled scorer on the interior.
Here is Rondo. And there's the pass to Morris. No good from outside. Nuggets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Here's Jokic. They get it back.
Millsap showing you some speed. They're turning the Jets on. Far from just a bruising physical forward. His speed in transition impressive.
It's Morris atop the key. Drills the three-pointer. Morris has got 7 points. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Patrick Beverly. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Mann in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Morris. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And Barton throws it down.
Yeah, you know what? I think Barton does a nice job hitting the boards. Would love more of that kind of intensity from him.
And here's Beverly. Passes to Zubac. Excellent D that time there from McGee. The Nuggets shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Takes the 13-footer, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Zubac kicks to Beverly. Jackson trying to break free. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And one thing about Beverly, he's not just nasty on defense. He's great at getting the defense to rough him up on the other end, too.
Denver calls timeout. And the Nuggets with some changes. Rivers, he's checked in for Will Barton. And Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout." Show him how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that.
Morris inside, defended by Beverly. Good on the shot. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Clippers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Morris outside for three. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And it's George finishing it off.
I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
Denver calls timeout.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. The Nuggets trail by 4. Murray with it. Three-pointer. Knocks down the 3-ball. Murray's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
George finds Beverly. Back to George. Beyond the arc. Not going to go that time. And it's Denver the other way. Floats it up for Murray. Doesn't go for him.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Jokic inside. Ibaka on him. They get it again. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Beverly against Murray. Pass to Jokic from outside the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
When it's an important possession, Jokic steps up big.
And George kicks to Leonard. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. And then Cousins with the dunk.
DeMarcus Cousins knew his team needed it. They had to have it on that possession, and he calmly knocked it down.
Now here's Murray. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. So for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Reggie Jackson's up in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Murray. Jokic trying to free himself up. Murray, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Jackson passes to George. Oh, Morris in position. And he gets it to go.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 44 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And it's Ibaka in for Morris. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
George dishes to Jackson. It's good!
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Here's Murray. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Hey, you can't just have skill and confidence to make big shots. You got to have a big ticker, too.
Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. He makes the first of 3, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And what's interesting about Ibaka, he's played basketball internationally ever since joining the NBA back in 2008. In fact, he won a silver medal with Spain in 2012.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed.
So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The city of Denver is in. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for Denver, Jamal Murray is out there with Porter. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. And it's Doncic missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Dallas with the ball. The shot by Kleba, wide open, and a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And Doris, as if it were destiny,
Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary. If he sees a lane to the rim, Doncic will capitalize. Nice drive.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Murray, the pass to Jokic. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. And it's off from three-point range. And Porter, here we go. It's good.
You know, he's got to keep improving this aspect of his game, but when Porter's dribbling like this, he becomes unguardable.
Now, here's Doncic. No good on the 3.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Pass to Doncic. Here's Kleba. Jokic grabs the miss.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Launches it. Porzingis with the rebound. The Mavericks have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Dallas, no good that time either. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside for Murray. Now here is McGee. Murray surveying the D. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Murray. He had dropped for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. Here's Doncic. 1:22 left to play in the first. And stolen by Murray. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Jokic. Again, the Nuggets score.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break.
Doncic looking it over. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Now here's Murray. He's got 6. And here's Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Jokic. Unloads from 9. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. From deep. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Nailed from three-point land. Jokic has got 9.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Right back after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen the Nuggets really take control here.
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic, Josh Richardson out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Melly in at the 4 spot. Denver leading by 11, and there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. Morris looking over the floor. Good on the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 13 now for Denver.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Doncic, no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
The kick out to Barton. Just 5 to shoot. Denver needs to get off his shot. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 13.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Doncic, no good.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
A nice shot by Dozier.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Mavericks trail by 13. Brunson with it. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Melly. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And here's Millsap from the arc. They get a bet. Out to Morris. Now the pass to Dozier. No good with the triple. Dallas has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Powell. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's about great concentration. Dwight Powell, under duress of the defense, finishes nonetheless.
Morris against Brunson. Morris passes to Bull. Barton outside. Shot clock at 6. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. That one goes in.
Well, you want to talk about a picture-perfect jumper. Luka Doncic knows a thing or two about getting into the mid-range.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. From downtown, Dozier can't get it to go. Mavericks trail by 11. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. A 3-pointer off the mark.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Unloads from 13. Richardson the pass to Brunson. Here's Doncic. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. And that's now 6 points for Luka Doncic. Now Morris. He kicks to Barton. And that one is off. And it's Dallas the other way. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Here's Melly, and the layup's good off the glass.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
There's 21 seconds left to play here in the half. Brunson against Morris. Passes it to Millsap. On the money from 12 feet away. And the Nuggets lead by 9.
With a solid mid-range shot, Millsap's game does so much more for his team's spacing.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And so it's... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to the first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 9 points, 2 blocked shots, and 4 rebounds. And fellas, Jamal Murray is an out-and-out scorer. Running off... And...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
JaVale McGee is out there with Jokic. Then there's Murray. And there's Gordon. And it's Porter. And it's shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Doncic against Gordon, and it's Denver with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Porter, no luck. Porzingis against McGee. Stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Jokic is running. Outside for Murray. Nets, the corner three. Murray's got 11. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Murray. 11 points in the game. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
A different look for Denver. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Austin Rivers in for Michael Porter. And Dallas also making a switch. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Here's Doncic. And he uses the glass on the layup. 11 points in the game.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
Murray against Doncic. Murray kicks to Green. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Hardaway for three. Doncic. It's good on the putback.
Well, Luka Doncic has every skill necessary to be a difference maker on the boards. Let's begin with his great size.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Count that one.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Doncic outside from deep three-point range from beyond the arc and then some. Doncic has got 16 points.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. We've got 1:28 left in the third. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nuggets with some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for JaMychal Green. And Porter subbed in for Rivers. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Luka Doncic.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Boy, the aggressiveness in the paint from Porzingis. They're putting the onus on the officials to make a call. You've got to make them decision makers.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And Dallas also making a switch. Kleba's checked in.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
To the paint. Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. Richardson attacking. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Nuggets leading by 10. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Burton throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Kleba. From the baseline. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 6 points for him.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Brunson against Morris. To the inside. Here's Millsap. Can't hit from in close.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Richardson, no luck. And so it's the Denver Nuggets going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruise. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Now here's Brunson. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Jalen Brunson out there with Richardson. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. Takes the 3. That shot, no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Rivers finds Gordon. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
And the play succeeds because Millsap comes to the court hungry. He chases down boards and second chance opportunities.
Denver shooting well, 50% from the floor. On the wing, Morris. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. 10-point lead. At the top of the key, Millsap hands it from downtown.
And I'll tell you, Millsap's one of those players. He just seems to get better every day he's been in this league. And more than anywhere else, I think that shows in his ability to score from beyond.
Gordon for 3. Kleba with the rebound. Kleba's got his 5th rebound in this one. Back to Hardaway. A three-pointer, no good. Denver leading by 13. That's a 2 from Gordon. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And it's Hardaway again missing.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Rivers against Richardson. Rivers dishes to Millsap. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3. Mavericks trail by 15. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Boy, tough to contain all that size on the drive. Kristaps Porzingis, 7-footer.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Murray outside. Outside, Porter. Murray outside. Denver the rebound. Jokic kicks to Murray. Another shot. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You see, to me, guys, for Tim Hardaway Jr., there's still another level for him to reach. He has proven that he can be a big-time scorer. To me now, it's about consistency and doing it night after night after night.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
And Jokic gets it to go.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nuggets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jokic.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Murray kicks to Dozier. Buries the long-range jumper.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Doncic against Murray. Another 3 for Denver.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
Murray against Doncic. And here is Murray. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's George in at the two-guard spot. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Outside Jackson to the middle, and the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Doncic, and he gets it to go from the high post.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
George passes to Jackson. Back to George. Here's Morris. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Kleba against Morris. Kleba, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Leonard looking over the floor. George with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 5.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Hardaway with a wide-open look from outside off the mark. The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Pass to George. From deep. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here. Hardaway for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
And here's George for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Hardaway finds Kleba. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Jackson with it.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Or is he actually insane enough to think that he might be able to make that? Either way, we might see him sitting by himself for a while.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Outside Jackson. Left side Leonard. Here's Batum. And again, unable to change momentum here. Porzingis with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Hardaway. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving it around. And here's Doncic from the arc. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And the wide open shot from Morris. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Morris has got 5 points so far. Outside Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. Out to Doncic. From deep three-point range, the Clippers grab the miss.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Jackson finds George. 6 to shoot. That 3 off the mark. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Finney-Smith. Misses the 3. Jackson looking it over. The 3. Drills it from outside.
Looking at Reggie's motion, it's a little bit of a push shot, but able to get it to go.
It'll count. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Clippers on top. They lead by a bucket. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
So for the Clippers right now, Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the small forward. Runs in the pass to Doncic. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Rondo. Morris has got 7 points.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
There's the pass to Kennard. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Doncic with the steal. From deep. Morris with the rebound.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The three for Doncic. Offensive rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip end.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Brunson against Rondo. Kicks to Morris. Back to Rondo. Pass to Kennard. From deep three-point range. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Richardson. Lets it go with a three. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
And here's Morris for three. That shot off, and the Mavericks going the other way now.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. They can't stop the run with that one.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Powell finds Richardson. Stolen by Zubac. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Ahead. Shots good by Kennard.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
1:57 left in the first half. Picked his pocket. Here's Melly. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Nicolo Melli. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Clippers trail. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pass to Kennard. Fires from deep. The Mavericks pull it in.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck for deep here. It's just not his night.
From deep. And that's good. Luka Doncic for three. Doncic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs. Outside Leonard. Back to Rondo. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Doncic. Mavericks have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Powell for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. 46 seconds left in the first half of the game. Rondo finds Leonard. Over Richardson. And the Clippers miss again.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here are the Mavericks now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. To the paint, Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
To the inside. It's tipped. Here's Zubac. Fires the 3. He can't hit that time. That one, no good. And some good action through the first.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were always within striking distance. 5 points. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Nice game, great performance by Marcus Morris.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden. I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. And Batum kicks to George. The 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Kleba, the pass to Porzingis. And here is Doncic. He's got 7. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Good on the three-point shot. George has got 8 points.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Fires for 3, and another 3 for the Clippers.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleba. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Doncic. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Kennard, he's checked in for Morris. Jackson with the bounce pass. Now Leonard. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. And here's the break. Hardaway for three. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 8.
And all second half, they haven't gotten stops with any consistency.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's the teardrop. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
The Clippers shooting their first foul shot of the game. Jalen Brunson, who's checked in for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Richardson, it's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Offside Hardaway, stolen by George. To the wing on the left, shoots from the corner. Man can't hit.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Richardson, no luck. And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
Dallas making a switch here. Kleber's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And here they go. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Hardaway from outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. The three from George. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Down low, Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Kleber. Shoots over Leonard. No good.
Locked down. Leonard, a smothering force on the defensive end.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, the two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Then there's Batum, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Man in at the shooting guard position.
Rondo is a clever player, recognizing how to track down second chance opportunities.
From deep, unable to get that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half. Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Porzingis finds Kleber. Brunson scanning the floor. Lets it go from 11. Here's Porzingis. Doncic outside. From the arc, Porzingis trying to get free. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
The three from George. The Mavericks pull it in. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Hardaway from outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Mavericks lead by 1. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Man passes to Batum. Now George. Guarded by Doncic. This one for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And here's George for 3. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Back to Hardaway. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
That's his second three-pointer of the night. 1 in each half. Trying to keep the defense honest.
And here's George for 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And Brunson has it in the corner. Fires at the elbow. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Rondo passes to George. From deep. George missing again. Mavericks leading by 3. 4-on-3 break. A clear look for Hardaway. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And here's George for 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 25 points.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
And it's denied. Batum with the ball. Out guarded by Porzingis. And that one's good. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. A 2-point game. And George gets it to go.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
1:02 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Doncic passes to Kleber. And they get it. No good there.
Okay, when you're trying to make a comeback, you can't be hucking up low percentage threes. You have to find a better shot within the offense.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Porzingis finds Brunson. The 3 for Doncic. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Here's Mann. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now, here is George. Leonard the bounce pass, and so Los Angeles takes the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.